Hey guys, good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. Okay, so I did come in at 12:30 today. I wanted to just make myself available in between my meetings really quick while I had some time with you guys to answer any of you guys' questions regarding 2023 tax season, IRS audits that are looming, and anything of relating to any of the posts that you guys have seen me talk about. So it is just so much going on right now, guys. We're 30 days now away from the new year. Tax season is steadily approaching. So many tax law changes. It's just a bunch of chaos. So I wanted to come and make myself available for a few minutes in between my meetings today to come and answer any of you guys' questions at all. So, Lady KM, are you going to save this live? I normally save all of my lives because my team have to come back and download it anyway. So I end up saving all of my lives for at least a minimum of like 24 hours. But I will have to confirm with my team whether or not they remove them from Instagram or not. Okay. But I'm not sure. Okay, Norman, how are you? You said welcome. Thank you. I'm back. Yes, I'm trying to get back in the swing of things, guys. I'm trying to go live. So, guys, if you're new to my live streams, I'm Folasade, the accountability accountant, guys. I'm the owner of Suncrest Financial Services located here in Largo, Maryland. Guys, I'm a second generation accountant. I've been in the industry over, how old am I now? I'm 37. So I've been in the industry for over 21 years now, helping my dad when I was interning with him, and then also taking over and starting my own practice, my own firm over 11 years ago. Guys, I started live streaming years ago. One of the first accountants to even live stream. So I stopped live streaming about 2 years ago. Can you guys hear me on Instagram? Because I got this microphone on. Let me first confirm. I'm just rambling, y'all. I didn't even confirm if you guys can even hear me. Let me know if you guys can hear me on Instagram. Okay, great. Is it clear? Okay, perfect. So I started live streaming around like 2014 on Periscope prior to Facebook having live stream and then Instagram having live stream. So the past 2 years I stopped live streaming because I've been shadow banned. Perfect. I've been shadow banned. So I said, you know what? Now it's been so much going on with so much fraud happening, so many fraudulent tax preparers, even CPAs giving y'all so much advice. God told me that I have no choice but to go live now. So I'm trying to make it my business. Okay, perfect. If you guys on YouTube, please like the video for the algorithms because you guys know I'm trying to build my YouTube channel. I think we're right now at 3,870 subscribers. I'm trying to get the first goal. Y'all know I always had big goals. I be wanting like 100,000 subscribers already. But the first goal is for us to get to 5,000. Well, the first goal was to get to 1,000. We passed that. Now my second goal on YouTube is to get to 5,000 subscribers. So guys, if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, I drop so much tips and I'm starting to learn this community tab thing. So I'm having fun with that. Head over to my YouTube, which is Folasade TV. So you guys can see what I'm posting there. If you're not following me on Instagram, you want to follow me on Instagram to get behind the scenes content, a little bit of my personal life with my family and things like that, and tips and stuff as well. So guys, make sure you follow me on all social media platforms. So guys, okay, let's rock this thing on out. So first thing that I want to talk about, guys, is that right now, remember I did a live stream about 2 to 3 weeks ago, guys, and I informed you of the changes with the travel, right? We ended up going through the tax court case and we discussed that. Do y'all remember that? Did y'all learn anything from that lesson? So now where we are right now is that we have so much against us as the business people. We have increased laws. Okay. So anytime a new tax requirement comes, there's a new adjustment that we all need to make, right? So as business owners, guys, we're being hit like it's a fight right now. We're fighting right now. They hitting us with the new tax laws regarding the 1099Ks. And I mentioned that to you guys. Okay. So you want to make sure I told you guys before. Oh, sorry, guys, if you hear me messing with my hair. I told you guys last year before you filed this last tax return to make sure that you guys included all of your income. I'm hoping that you guys listened and made sure that you filed all of your income. I hope you guys did. Y'all don't got to be honest with me on this live stream today to say, Folasade, I did it. Don't put yourself out there. Keep that to yourself, okay? What I really need you to do is go back and figure out if you didn't correctly file all of your income last year as I asked you guys to do, okay? Because I knew they want to use the 2021's tax return to compare to this new 2022 tax return that we're about to file coming up soon. So if you know you did not file 2021's tax return correctly, please go back and see what didn't you claim, how much income you didn't report, what expenses you didn't report, and see whether or not you need to amend that tax return. Okay, because it's best if you guys amend the tax return prior to the IRS finding the mistakes. Okay, so guys, this is your opportunity to pick my brain. Just to give you guys a heads up, my one-on-one consultations is going up. So you guys should be taking advantage of this time. If you're unable to make the investment to work with me one-on-one, bring your questions when I go live like this. Roxy Crochet said, I made sure to comb through my PayPal, Cash App, and Stripe. Yes, go girl. I love it. I love it. I need to have one of them paddles. I got my wig paddle. Oh, that's so ghetto. They're gonna be like, oh, she the most ghetto. Okay, let me put that down. They already said I'm real ghetto and stuff. That was bad. Okay, let's edit that out, team. Did that? Okay. Okay, guys. All right, so now everybody is starting to come out. All of the recent news publications is starting to admit what I admitted to you guys over a year and a half ago, that the IRS is going to use the additional funding that they ended up getting from the Biden administration to audit, and they're going to end up recovering over $1 trillion. So I did content around that. And I'm gonna have to tell my team we got to get a little bit more organized so I can show you guys things when we do make predictions. But here's the thing, guys. Why am I coming here and making myself available and hoping that I can sway some of you from doing the wrong things on your tax returns is simply because I know the impact that having an audit can place on each and every one of your lives. Your mental is not going to be correct. You're not going to be able to focus. You're going to lose money. You understand? If you lose the audit, you're going to end up having to pay more taxes. It's just so much with that. And so I don't know if you guys saw my recent live stream. I think it was the other day. I'm starting to do more content. Yeah, I'm proud of myself. Where I mentioned that they're going to now increase in collections. I think that's what I said. Yes, I said they're going to increase collections, right? That's what I said the other day. What's today, guys? Thursday? Did I go live on Monday? I'm not sure. So the last time I went live, guys, I mentioned to you guys that they're going to increase collections. Just to give you guys a heads up, that is correct. There was just another recent tax court case that solidified the timely filing and the timely response of your notice of deficiency. So the notice of deficiency is when the IRS has made adjustments on your tax return, or you have filed your tax return and you owe money, or you've been audited and the IRS got the final numbers and they're sending you that final letter saying, hey, you owe this amount of money. If you do not agree, okay, to this and respond within 90 days, okay, you will not be able to petition the tax court. So there was a recent tax court case that solidified the timeliness of those notices of deficiencies which confirms, and it's just interesting, I saw this yesterday, which confirms also what I told you guys the other day, that they're going to increase collections. So right now we have them increasing audits. Also, we now have them increasing collection efforts, okay, guys? And then also we have increased compliance with the 1099Ks. So what does that mean for all of you? That means it's time for you guys to really look into hiring an accountant and really start to get your back end in order. You have to get your back end in order, regardless of if you guys hire an accountant or not. You still have to get your back end in order. But with the increased compliance means increased paperwork and responsibility for all of us. And so, guys, if you've been watching me for years, you should be already prepared. If you've been seeing my content for a long time, some of you guys have mistakenly like, oh, she just screams all the time. She's just always preparing us for the worst. She's also talking very smart. I'm talking very morbid. And if that's what you guys get from when I come on here and give you guys my opinion, then that's because you must be doing something shady, and it's getting to your core of your spirit when I talk. Because you did exactly what I didn't want you to do. So I'm talking to the people that is going to be willing to hold themselves accountable for the mistakes that they've made and willing to do the right thing going forward, period. That's all I want you guys to do. Do the things correctly going forward. You guys are doing so much right now, and it's starting to, and you know, it's starting to scare me a bit. Just starting to scare me. So do you guys have any questions at all? Because if you guys have no questions, I'm going to go ahead on and finish working. Like, I don't have no work to do. I can be recording content. I could be reviewing clients' tax returns or something. So do you guys have any questions at all regarding 2023 taxes? What you should be doing right now? Things like that. So just to give you guys a heads up, which I already pre-warned you guys, I hate that I have to keep saying this. Your 2022 tax return, when you guys go to file your tax return, it's going to be much lower than this recent tax return. So when you file this year's return that we just filed, which is 2021, the child tax credit amount was higher. Your dependent care credit was higher. Okay. Now, they did not maintain those numbers. So we're going back to the original child tax credit amounts. We're going back to the original child tax credit age limits as well. So if you got so used to getting a $3,000 child tax credit, that is done, guys. They're back to the original $2,000. Okay. And then your dependent care is back to the original amount as well. Say Yankee up said, wow, that's not good. No, it's not good at all. Especially, and see, guys, I was so optimistic. And see, this is where it gets so tricky. And I hate that I'm put in the middle of it, because I know from a personal standpoint that a lot of people are struggling. And then I know the impact of giving credits and things would have on the economy. So it's kind of like I'm stuck right in the middle, like playing tug of war, because the reality is that we could utilize or benefit, or could have benefit. A lot of us could have used the child tax credit amounts, the monthly $250 that they were offering. But because they didn't extend it, which I didn't expect them to, that's kind of where we are right now. So they did not increase it or maintain the 2021 child tax credit limits or the 2021 dependent care credit limits. Okay. You said, okay, you said praying for higher numbers in 2023. So what do you mean higher numbers? Like higher refund, a higher amount of clients? What are you referring to? So guys, this is your opportunity to ask me any questions at all. Ask your questions. If not, I'm going to go do some work, y'all. What exactly did you mean? So just know that your refund is not going to be as high as it was this year, guys. That's the downfall with that. Now, with the inflation, they did increase the standard deductions, and also the earned income tax credit amount was increased. However, they did not increase the child tax credit or the dependent care credit amount. Oh, I see. Yes, yes, yes. Higher credit. Yes, yes. Exactly, exactly. I agree. And see, that's where I get so stuck in the middle, guys, because I'm just would I say I'm a capitalist? I don't know. I think I am. I am. You think it'll be a problem juggling on TurboTax? We're trying to make it through um, a recession. Do you think it will be a problem juggling on TurboTax? We're trying to make it through a recession. So, are you saying, do you think it's a good idea to file your tax return on TurboTax? Is that what your question is? Well, to be really honest with you guys, I'm not against it for certain type of clients. You understand? And then ultimately, here go my Instagram is acting up, so they do not want me to be great. That's probably why none of y'all stand in. They do not want me to be great on Instagram. They mess with my live. Um. Okay, so it just really depends. If you ended up pulling out any money from your retirement and you got carryovers for the next year, if you have a business, if if you're a very high income earner, I wouldn't say use TurboTax. If you sold a home, if you received any inheritance and things like that, then I wouldn't recommend you use TurboTax. I personally also don't recommend it if you know you want to really learn and understand your tax position. Because see, it's simple, it's easy to just jump on the software, guys, and just plug in a number and then don't know why you're getting a refund back or to not know why you're owing. And that's what I feel like is the downfall with using those softwares. You guys don't have a professional like myself that can easily explain to you why you're owing, why you're getting a refund back, what you can do to increase that, and what you can do to be in a better position. So that's one of the downfalls of also filing the return. Using those online softwares. But if you have a very, very, very basic return, just a W-2, and their fee, I know their fees also went up too. So that's another thing to also compare their fees, because I think their fees went up. Y'all have a lot of back end prices. So check that out too, because it may not be as inexpensive as you think it is. So okay, guys, hold on. My Instagram went off, so I'm trying to go back on there really quick. It was like breaking up really bad. So, guys, post your questions. If you guys just coming in into the live stream, I'm just um, answering any of you guys' questions that you have at all regarding the taxes and audits and what's happening right now, the 1099 requirements. This is your time to ask me anything. So Nicole said, I spoke to you last November. I want to get on your calendar to have my taxes completed. Perfect. I'll tell my team, because I'm live right now. Tell Leo to have my team reach out to you, Nicole. Okay. So I have your name. Let me tell my team. Give me 1 second, guys. So K Norman said, if you sold a rental property, are you only responsible for the long-term capital gains associated with the sale? No, 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 no. No, that is not the only thing. You have to also recapture the depreciation that you did or didn't take as well. So I personally do not recommend you guys filing that type of tax return on your own. Instagram, my head is down, so you guys may have to put y'all questions in the chat, maybe. All right, sorry guys, I'm just sending my team Nicole's information because if I don't do it right now, I'm going to forget. So no, K Norma, that's not the only thing. She said definitely not. No, girl, do not. Do not. Okay, so Instagram says, how can we write off huge property tax bills above 10K salt cap? So that's the thing. The issue is there's no way to be able to write it above because the tax offers are limited to that. So they automatically calculate your taxes that's pulled from your W-2s, and then whatever you put in as your state real estate taxes that you pay. So the system will automatically cap that. Now, one way around that, guys, is to have it as a business, and business property tax payments are not subject to that SALT cap limit. Okay. So, and guys, remember, guys, all of you are not my client. So this is a disclaimer. Any advice that is given on here is just for educational purposes. If you guys attempt to try to implement any tax strategies or any advice that I give you guys, please contact your accountant. If I'm your client, just contact me, and there we'll go from there. So Full Sunny says, I'm a silent partner in a smoke shop. My name is not on any paperwork, but I do get Zelle every month around 15K. What should I do? Oh, yes. I love it, Sunny. So first of all, you need to speak with them because there's two ways that might be impacted. It might be a return of capital, which you do not have to pay taxes on that, or it might be anything above a return of capital, you will have to pay taxes on it. So the next question you need to ask them is that how are they going to report that to you? Are they going to report that on a 1099, non-employee compensation? What are they going to do? So you can have an idea of the tax impact that it will have. So Mr. King says, hey, Mr. King, how are you? He says, are accountants becoming more of a advisor? So guys, we have to be honest. Accountants were the original advisors. Okay. All of these fly-by-night consultants that's coming up here, they're just breaking out what accountants and attorneys used to do that doesn't require certifications and calling themselves consultants. But let's really be honest. Attorneys and accountants were the original advisors. Now, when it comes down to financial advising, now that's always been a separate piece of it. And some accountants are familiar with financial advisory, but when it comes down to like investments, IRAs, and things like that, most accountants are familiarized with it regarding the tax ramifications behind it all, but may not necessarily advise you on like the product and the instrument. But let's really be honest here. The accountants were the original advisors, guys. You're welcome. So guys, this is your opportunity to pick my brain. If you're coming in, please like the YouTube video and subscribe to my channel, guys. I'm trying to get back into the swing of things and really coming on here and giving you legitimate tax advice, no fluff, and everything else. I'm going to give you the real deal. No, I couldn't even say it right. No Sally Field. No, that's not right. That's not right. Real deal advice, guys. No fluff, no BS. Just to say, you guys, if you want to come work with me, great. If you don't want to, great. It's going to be against your disadvantage if you don't. But yeah. All right. So Sing says, how is automation affecting the roles of modern day accountants and business advisors? Well, it's affecting a lot. It's actually making our job easier, but also complicated. It's also used as a tool, but a sense of competition. It can be our best friend, but our worst enemy right now. So the automation is Man, it's just like social media. Like you come on here, you make your money, you build your brands, win-win, right? But look at all the negative impact of social, So that's where I'm at with it. That's where I'm at. It's you use it for what it is, and it's like now the softwares that we're using are like competing against us too, which becomes challenging because they're not focused on having amazing software that we can use. So it's like we're using their softwares, but we're not getting the best bang for our bucks or the best customer service or the best overall experience. And then now they're trying to offer the services that we offer. It's a lot of shadiness happening right now with this automation and tech stuff that's happening right now. So Roxy said, I had to log off, but my question is, have any laws changed on what you can claim of your business in the house? So no, there hasn't been any particular laws that has changed the business use of your home. Okay, but one thing you guys do need to be mindful of, you want to make sure that you are accumulating and only deducting the legitimate expenses that you can take when you're doing business use of home. You also want to make sure that you have your space separated from everywhere else. So like, for example, my little home office here, it's only my space, the whole room. You want to make sure you have that separate, and then make sure you tighten up your record keeping as well. That's what I would say, but it's no specific laws that have impacted the business use of home outside that you want to make sure you have your measurements correct and things like that. Good question. All right, guys. So do you guys have any other questions? Oh, here's someone. Any other questions before I head out? So like I said, guys, there's just a lot going on. So if you're going to do business, you guys really need to do accounting, do your bookkeeping, get it together now with all of these audits that's going to be looming, and it's going to be the everyday person that's going to get audited now. So I'm not just talking to the business owners. So a lot of you probably like, oh, Folasade, you just talking. No one's going to be audited. Everybody is starting to admit now, after I've already said it 2 years now, that you guys are going to be audited soon. Now everybody wants to say that. So G Lockdown says, are they reviewing people who took out PPP loans? Yes, they are. Okay. So remember when you guys filed your tax return? Remember you guys applied for the PPP loan? You guys completed a form 4506T, which gave the banks and your PPP provider and everyone else access to automatically pull your tax returns. Okay. So what's happening is this: the IRS has already admitted that they're, first of all, was it in September? The IRS basically said, and my seat is going down, so give me 1 second, guys. The IRS said, all right, guys, some of y'all had got y'all PPP loans improperly forgiven. You guys wasn't even supposed to get the PPP loans. So if you are one of those persons, please amend those returns. So right now they're giving everybody a pre-warning to make the adjustments on their own, which means and signifies to me, being in the business for so many years, that they will be reviewing the people that ended up getting the PPP loans to make sure that you claimed it as income, or to make sure your numbers match what you reported. Okay. So guys, if you're enjoying today's live stream and if you're on YouTube, please like the video for the algorithms. If you guys are not following me or subscribe to our YouTube channel, please guys, I'm trying to get to 5,000 subscribers. I think right now we're at like 3,870 subscribers. So head over to my YouTube channel, which is Folasade TV, as well. So that was a really, really good question, G Lockdown. So Mr. King said, what is going to happen for 2023 as far as accounting and finance is concerned? Nothing right now. They're still trying to get that requirement for tax preparers. So they're still trying to fight that, but nothing for accountants like myself. You still need to have your P10. You understand? You still need to have your preparer's tax identification number. You still need to do your annual CE courses. And if you are an EA or a CPA, you still need to do your renewals when it's your time. So I'm not sure exactly what that question is, Mr. King. Like, what exactly are you referring to specifically? So, guys, this is your opportunity to ask me anything. We got about maybe like 5, maybe 10 more minutes. I'll stick around because I know I like activity. I'm not going to sit here and just be looking at myself, moving my hair around. Um, don't be shy. I don't bite. For all of y'all newcomers that's afraid to ask me questions, don't be afraid. Yes, y'all probably see that I scream all the time. Yes, I do. But I'm not screaming directly at you guys. I'm screaming for the purpose and the passion. Okay? Like if I'm talking to you guys, it's all respect. As long as you don't disrespect me, I'm not gonna pop off. But if you disrespect me, then I'm gonna pop off. And so that's it. Don't be afraid. So Singh says, do you think that the testing requirements for tax preparers will be successful? You know what? What's happening is that the individual states are actually taken into account. And I think it's actually going to go full across. This seat is killing me, guys. So I may stay down like this. Okay, is this bad, me being this low? Because I cannot keep going up. So what I think may happen when it comes down to the different tax preparer requirements, guys, is that the states are going to pick it up. So, for example, where I am in the state of Maryland, they have a requirement for you to have to take your state exam if you're not a CPA or an enrolled agent. And so states, I think, is going to end up rolling that out over the next maybe 2 years as a revenue stream. Because see, right now, economically, we're fumbling right now. Okay. And so when things are going down, you start to be creative and figure out additional revenue sources. And that's another reason why we have so many different compliance things, guys. It's just a revenue source too, or to regulate the industry because of a lot of accountless mistakes or lawsuits and stuff. So that was a good question. So since my business is in the house, can I really deduct all of my home bills? Yes and no, Roxy. Yes and no. Not all of your home. I need more specificity. I need you to be a little bit more specific in this one. Okay. Hey, Ebony. Hey, Love. Hey, Tommy. Hey, guys. Good afternoon. Oh, it is afternoon. Good afternoon, guys. So I'm just coming on. I'm Folasade, the accountability account, guys. I used to live stream all the time. I said I'm trying to get back in the swing of things because just so much false information out there. Okay, floating from the coaches to the accountants to the CPAs. They killing me right now. So I'm back at it again. I'm back. So I'm coming live as much as I can. So today is that live stream. I'm here to ask you guys. You can ask me anything. So Ebony say, what do you need to do? I should have never clicked it first. I need to figure out how to read this because once it gets on the screen, y'all, I can't. Okay, I think I got it. So once I put it on the screen, that's for y'all. I'll still read it in the comments. Okay. Ebony says, what do we need to do to prepare to hire an employee and have it legal and records needed when we file our taxes? Okay, with Suncrest. Yes. Okay, so first of all, and this is a really good question, if you are going to hire an employee, guys, it's best that you run the payroll through a payroll processing company. Okay. I can have my team maybe put, if Leo's not here, I maybe can have him put it in the chat for you guys or send me the link to put my affiliate link in there so you guys can run payroll, because you want the payroll company to do that. Because what's happening is that once you guys hire a legitimate employee, right, and they submit their W-4 form to you, you now need to withhold a certain amount of taxes, certain amount of Social Security, a certain amount of Medicare taxes from them, and some federal taxes from them if they are not exempt, some state taxes from them, and then also, and see, you as their business owner have to match the Social Security and Medicare taxes. So you need to issue them the appropriate net pay, and also file all of the quarterly requirements and pay the taxes based on the monthly, on the filing status that the IRS give you. So my recommendation is to make sure you run payroll through a payroll provider so they can file the 941s, 940s, and all of the respective payroll reports that you guys need, okay? Now, I did teach you guys how to hire your child without going through a payroll company. So if you took that class, then yes, you were taught how to complete the 941s and the 940s and everything else that you needed to hire your child. Okay. Ebony said, we love your live streams and reels. Thank you. Guys, please like and share the video as well. Hey, Tommy. So Tommy says, we know who you are, Mr. Accountability. I'm sorry, y'all. Tommy says, is this the same for independent contractors too? So can you clarify your question for me, Tommy? Do independent contractor, are you saying that if you are paying independent contractors, do you have to go through a payroll company? No. But you need to know how to file the annual filing reports and the filing forms at the end of the year. Okay, guys, so I'm on Instagram now. It says, do you think that, okay, I already answered that. Okay, so in my space, like light, heat, electric, yes, all of those things, Roxy, yes. Does every counter have to GAAP rules? How does GAAP rules relate to what you're doing? Okay, so GAAP rules doesn't relate to what I'm doing. However, I am familiar with the generally accepted accounting principles, and I'm also familiar with the government accounting GCART, the government contractor accounting requirements as well. So because I am familiar with it and know how to maintain a client's books accordingly, I tend to maintain them. However, basic bookkeeping, they're not required to be set up for GAAP, because basic bookkeeping is like a compilation. A compilation doesn't have to be done according to GAAP. Okay. Yes, I'm familiar with nonprofit accounting too. Process payroll. No, yes. So what I was saying was, okay, so Tommy's question is, do you need to use a payroll company to process payroll for independent contractors? No, it's simple. Because the issue is this, and we have to be mindful of things. It depends on really how you're paying your contractor, what platform and what payment format do you use. If you pay them cash, then you definitely need to issue them 1099s. If you use a third-party processor, okay, like Stripe or something, and you pay them, then Stripe should send them a 1099 if you pay from like their system. So let's say, for example, they send you an invoice, right? And you pay them. Whoever is their merchant should have their amount included in their 1099. Okay. But if you pay them outside of anybody, you definitely need to issue them a 1099. So, and see, that's where it gets tricky. And see, this is why I just don't like a lot of times that we are winging business, guys, because a lot of you guys, it's just the basic advice that you guys need to carry on with your businesses. Ebony said, our company is the best. We try, girl. We try. So guys, if you have any questions, this is your time to ask me anything before I disappear and get back to my desk. Look, y'all, I just came right on out. I just put on Do Not Disturb. Didn't even tell my team I was going live or anything. So I'm here. I'm going into my next meeting by at 2 o'clock. So my next meeting is at 2 o'clock. But I'm not going to stay on here with y'all until 2 o'clock, though. Unless y'all talking to me. And if y'all not talking to me, I'm not. I'm rolling out like a flash, like a jiffy. Break it down with me like a flash. So every say, what do you recommend for small business owners to make their first hire before they can do an official payroll? And see, this is where it gets tricky. Your first hire, it really depends. Okay, so here's the tricky part. So, like, if you're in California, you can't really have independent contractors. California is requiring that everybody be an employee, right? So, if you're not in California and that person, you're not completely 100% in control over everything that they do, and they have other jobs and have other clients, then they might be an independent contractor. So, what I would say is, first of all, evaluate their position within the company to see whether or not they're even your employee, unless it's going to be somebody coming to your home, coming to your office, or working like my office admins and my office staff where they're employees. Like, it's just because I'm noticing, because a lot of you guys are online businesses, some people might be a contractor because they're working with other clients, and then you might also have employees. So you may have like a mixture. I have a mixture. So Mr. King said, what are the most accounting softwares most businesses use? You know what? So most businesses use like QuickBooks, Receipt. Well, it's not even Receipt Banks. I think it's Dex now. They use like Zero. What I'm really realizing, Mr. King, and if we're going to be really honest, the smaller businesses, they're not really using the QuickBooks and stuff. They might pay for it and tell you guys that they have it. But what I'm finding is not many are really, really fully using the accounting softwares. They might be paying for it, but may not necessarily be using it. Okay, so my phone is about to die. Let's see if I can. Oh gosh, hold on, y'all. Did it cut off? Oh no, it didn't. So I don't know how good the sound is gonna be. Oh man, why is it doing this? Seems like every 15 minutes on Instagram it cuts me off. Okay, so guys, do you have any questions at all? Yeah, so that would be my recommendation. We first need to evaluate employee versus contractor, and then see if there is a contractor that does this for other businesses, and see if they can do it for you, and start there. Once you're able to really pay the contractor and your business is making money, then you might be comfortable finding your own employee to fit that role, because that's how I started, guys. I didn't just start off like with employees right away. I had like my first little contractor, my first little VA, my first little, and then I ended up getting, my full-time staff, my full-time employees and stuff. So it takes time. It takes time. So yeah, I'm gonna have to end the Instagram live again because it's messed up. They do not want me to be great for y'all. They keep blocking me. So y'all know I've been shadow banned for 2 years. Me and my team just coming out of the shadow ban. And then now they demonetized me. And I'm not even doing anything but telling the truth and helping folks. Not scamming nobody, not giving false information, nothing. All right, guys. So we have like a few more minutes, and then I'm going to be heading out and get back to work. Do you guys have any questions about the 2023 tax filing year? And I did talk about before you guys came in that I said this in one of my live streams the other day, that they're not only going to increase audits, they're going to increase collection efforts. And I was correct on that as well, because one of the recent tax court cases that the IRS won solidified the timely filing of your notice of deficiencies. So that notice deficiency timeline is very important for you to be able to defend the taxes due that the IRS is saying. So if the IRS is able to send you a notice of deficiency and you don't respond, that means you're stuck with that debt. And so what happens is, if it's above the $25,000 mark, they can now begin to collect. Well, they can collect on any amount. Let me clarify that, because that sounded like I was saying they can collect on 25,000. No, they can collect on any amount. But the moment that you owe above 25,000, guys, now they can start to levy your bank accounts and things like that. So that's why I mentioned in my live stream when I talked about Kanye West, which is yay, yeah, right, yay, yep. I mentioned to you guys that what's happened to him with the IRS freezing his bank accounts can happen to any one of us, anybody, any of you. Okay, so this is your time to ask me questions, guys. We got like maybe a few more minutes because I just want a little break before my next meeting, and then we're good. So make sure you're going into the new year. They have not issued all of the new rates for 2023 yet, so I will do a live stream when they issue all of the new tax rates. They did issue like the basic ones, like the standard deduction. I already did a live stream on that one. They the inflation amount. Did I see? Give me 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second, y'all. Yeah, no, they haven't. They haven't released it yet, guys. I know I'm not stupid. I can even share my screen because I think Tommy asked me that last week in my live stream, and I ended up saying as well that they didn't release it yet. And I just did a quick little Google search, guys, really quick to see if they did. And no, I'm just showing you my screen. It says it right here on somebody else's page. Oh, the IRS has not released it yet. And every site that I've clicked from the IRS, they haven't released it yet either. So right now we're still waiting. Right now we're still waiting for them to release the new numbers. So once they release the new numbers, guys, I'll come to you guys first and say them. But right now they haven't released all of the business related numbers for 2023 yet. So yeah, so guys, be mindful that new laws, audits. So file your tax returns correctly this year. Please, please, please. No trying to cheat. Please. Please make sure you're not filing people's children that you're not supposed to, because you will be audited too. Don't be claiming no earned income tax credit and you're not eligible for it either. Yeah. Okay. So guys, this is that year that you want clean returns. No excuses. I've been warning you guys for the past couple of years now. It's here. The game is over. Whatever you've been doing, you can't do it anymore. File correct tax returns, guys. Okay. Alrighty. Have a good day, y'all. I'm about to get ready to go, guys. Oh, guys, if you like the video, please like and subscribe. I just feel, again, I'm going to have to go and get me another chair because it keep going down. Oh, guys, so yeah, like the video if you're watching us on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. It's Folasade TV, guys, and I'll be back. I don't know when. Set the notifications, okay? All right, guys. Bye.